The Chiefs lock in the 1 seed in the AFC.
The defense kills it without Jones.
What? And the offense is cooking, guys.
Let's get into it. From the heart of Kansas City, we bring Buck and Bob take on Chiefs Kingdom and Mel.
Thank you.
I'm Buck.
I'm Bob.
I'm Mel.
And we aren't fancy analysts, but we have just as many bad takes. So let's get into some bad takes. Guys, the Chiefs locked the 1 seed.
Mm.
Woo! How about those
Chiefs? I can't believe it.
Fun game to watch, man.
Oh, listen, last year, the Chiefs ruined Christmas. This year, they made Christmas very relaxing.
Yeah, Mel.
It was lovely.
I mean, Mel had the hat. I mean, she had the magic Christmas hat.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, I didn't have it until after they won, but I had it in spirit. So now I have to wear the hat the rest of the season, right?
Yep, absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Somebody in the family has to wear the hat, or they can be blamed.
Tinfoil hat theory. The Chiefs have turned it on right before the playoffs just because they had to kind of show the NFL, all right, this is what we've been holding back, and you're about to hate yourselves in another couple of weeks.
Yep.
Oh, man. I feel like it's so surreal, to be honest, of them like pulling it together at the end of the season, because this year it's not like they pulled it together at the end of the season. They've been winning. Like last year, I was convinced we were not going to the Super Bowl. Like I was like, nope, Baltimore is going to beat us. Like we are not going to the Super Bowl. We have not looked good. It was a good run. Like we did great. We'll get it back next year, right? This year is such a different story because it's like we're not looking good, but we're winning.
And we've been ramping up. I mean, we have been gradually over the last 4 to 6 weeks getting better. We've seen Worthy I mean, it's almost like a different receiver I'm watching over the last 4 or 5 games as opposed to the first half of the season. You know, he almost kind of looked like he might be a bust. I mean, he was trying stuff that he shouldn't try. He wasn't using his speed. He was not making catches near the sidelines. Yeah, he was dropping
Well, I
easy
mean,
balls.
that's kind of a problem still.
No.
Yes,
Worthy's a star, baby. Worthy's a star.
Yeah, Worthy
I'm
is
gonna
ready
get
to step
into
up.
it. I've
He is a
got
star.
a new hot take here that I'm gonna pull out sometime during the podcast. No, I'm pulling it out now.
Can I finish on my rant?
Yes, ma'am. Continue,
I feel like
madam.
so many people keep comparing this year to last year, but this year is so much different than last year. Whereas, like, again, sure, we have not looked as good all year, but we've been winning. Last year, we weren't winning every game.
Yeah, but it's like we were playing the same way, though. I mean, we have struggled mightily this season.
Yes.
Thank God for our defense for keeping us in the games. But I mean, we struggled, but we have been pulling out the wins by, I mean, every imaginable possible way to win a game. But I mean, we have struggled though. But I think the experience really helps them pull out some of these victories at the end. They've been down before. I mean, like you said, you know, comparing us to last season, it's a different thing, but it's really just different because they're pulling out all the close victories.
Yeah, but they learned how to win in those bad situations, right? And I love the Worthy story. I love, you know, everything that's happening. One thing I want to point out is that Mahomes and Andy Reid, I think, came out and talked about how now with Hollywood back, every wide receiver gets to play in the position that they were meant to play in, right?
Mhm.
So Worthy is now playing the wide receiver position that he was supposed to play in and not trying to step up to that number one wide receiver routes and like and I think that that has shown a lot because a lot of people have said since Hollywood came back, we've looked a lot better. And it has. It has looked a lot better. I don't think that's 100% because of Hollywood Brown, but it is in a sense that he is opening up the field for Worthy to run the routes that he should be running, for Hopkins to run the routes that he should be running, and not trying to get them running these different routes in the 1 and 2 slot that they shouldn't be doing.
For Watson to get open. Did you
But
see did you see the separation that he had on that long catch? And he beat his defender. That was not it's not like he juked
he
him out of his shoes.
he
He
caught
ran
the
past him.
ball.
And he
That
well,
was the difference.
I
'Cause
feel
he
like
has
he
been he
does
is
when he's
juked
open.
and he is no, he has
It's just
been
he
on
never gets open.
No,
He's
no, he's
always
been
no.
covered.
open.
He
He's been
definitely
on
gets open.
fucking down the ball, like, for some reason, Watson is always the one we throw it too deep. I don't understand it, really,
Here,
but
I
he
can tell
is.
you. I can tell you exactly what it is. I thought about it today. Watson specifically. Okay, so anybody who's played Madden at a competitive level, like you play all Madden, you play in a league with real people that, really know the game, right?
Yeah,
So,
you beat all of the boys that you play in the league with. Yes, I'm
no, no.
familiar.
So, okay, so the way you build a team in a league like that, you've got your shit receivers, right? I mean, Watson is our fifth receiver, fourth receiver type of guy, right?
I
So
don't know that shit is
here,
really how
will
we
you
should be referring to
listen
him, but
to
okay.
me? Okay, so
Yeah.
remember when we played in like the league, and you'd have your wide receiver core, but you'd always grab that guy that was like a 68 overall, but he was really fast,
Yeah, 98 speed. Yep.
but couldn't catch to save his life. But
Mhm.
you would definitely use him in your offense, just not much. That's what Watson is. Watson, I bet you, I guarantee you. Actually, no, I don't. Damn, I'm going to say it. I bet you on Madden right now. I haven't played Madden this year, but I bet you he's a 68 overall wide receiver. And I bet you he's got 93 speed. And like
Mel's
I'm gonna
that
look it
looking
up.
it
is
up right
a
now.
gem that you grab in Madden, and that's your like fourth or fifth wide receiver, and that's what Watson is. We shouldn't expect much from him, but when
But
he
Watson's
does
not the
come
speed guy
through,
though.
Watson is a speed guy, though. He's not a 99 speed guy like Worthy, and we're talking in Madden terms. But he is
Yeah,
a
right.
fast wideout. He is a stretch.
Right.
He has always been a stretch the field guy. Yeah, the entire time he's been with the
Well, I
Chiefs.
mean, he runs deep routes, but I don't think he's the fast guy. I've never seen
No,
him.
he is a fast guy. He's not the fast guy, but
I
he's
just
a
mean
fast guy.
that's
He's like a
that's
92, 93 speed in like Madden.
like that's not his shining. Like
Yeah,
that's
I
not
feel
the
like
That's
we
his
attribute
never
only
that he's on
shining
hear.
this team.
attribute. Yeah, that's his only shining
Really?
attribute. Yeah. Yeah, he's literally a speed guy. He's like when he's that 64 overall you take just to have as the fifth wideout in your five wide sets. Like that's what he is. And I love it that he got two great catches in one drive, and he got a TD, but like that's his MO every year. He has
All right.
some
All right.
good games.
I have specifics. He's an 84 overall. Okay.
What?
And he has a
No.
91 speed rating.
Well, wait a minute. I'm
Oh,
looking
that's
at it. This
Chiefs
is Madden
bias. That's
Madden
Chiefs
20.
bias.
Well, hold on. I'm seeing different stuff. I'm seeing overall rating of 74.
What do you
Um,
say 74?
That
Oh,
sounds
you're right. You're
definitely
right.
more
You're right.
like.
It is 74.
he's got
Madden
a
25
spectacular
rating,
catch of
74.
83, and his best attribute is his acceleration at 93.
Yes.
It doesn't break down all of his stats
What's
though.
his
I don't see
speed?
I see
Oh
all
yeah,
of
here it
his
is,
speed is
91.
91.
Okay, I was
Agility is
close. I have
81.
said 92, 93. I was
But
close.
that's not when I'm looking for that guy, I'm not looking for a 91 speed. I'm looking for a
His
95 or above speed.
Well,
catching
and to
is
find the 95
81.
or above speed guys, usually they
Are
do
always gonna be
drop into this
oh
to
yeah,
like the like
60s.
high
Mhm.
60s. Yep.
And I'm
Yeah.
okay
And
with
those
that
are
because I don't
usually
mind working them up.
return guys,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
as
Yep.
far as Madden does
Yeah,
it. But
they'll be like
but
they'll be like a 97 overall returner. Yeah.
but sorry to bring us on that tangent. I just thought it was funny because it literally fit into the Madden stats, and I was like, you know what, Watson. Like, why would I not want Watson on the team? He's cheap, like, and he does have, you know, he does help here and there, but he's
Right.
never going to be that guy that's going to be the Worthy or the
I
Hopkins
can
or the
tell you
Hollywood.
why I don't want Watson on the team. And it's not that I don't want him on the team because I do think like tonight he played very well. But
He does a
every
lot of stuff on special teams too.
okay, yes, he does. And kudos, Watson. I'm not saying kick Watson off the team. I'm just saying that up until now, we have tried a lot of deep passes. A lot of them have been towards Watson, and a lot of them have been dropped, whether he's open or not. And that's annoying to me. But he really pulled it out this game. And he really, like, he came in and he caught the deep ball, which was huge. And
Mhm.
then he got the touchdown.
Yes,
He
he
got
did.
open for the touchdown. And so kudos to Watson. Thank you for your service. Please keep this going and into the playoffs. That's all I have
Yeah,
to say.
I don't know, man. I've always felt Watson has been pretty dependable. I don't. I mean, my recollection is he is always covered on every play. I rarely see him actually separate unless it's a mistake, like if like the defender fell down or something. And I don't know. Maybe that's just in my mind. I knew that for the longest time we didn't have a wide receiver with that top end speed that was really a deep threat. I mean, I know we had Nicole Hardman earlier this season and then Worthy, but we were, defenses weren't really worried about them trying to deep ball to Worthy for the longest time. And I mean, even now,
And they're not worried about Watson because he can't catch it.
I mean, well, we saw
Well,
tonight that he can't catch it.
yeah.
So,
And to be fair, I do feel like until he was going for the long balls, I do feel like he was catching balls. He was like a reliable 2 to 3 catch a game receiver, right?
Okay.
But then we started throwing deep to him and it was like, whoa, what
Okay,
are we
I
doing?
don't remember him ever being an intermittent route guy. He's always been the deep guy. He's that's his small role on the team that he's ever had, and he drops balls. He does get open. He just drops the ball. I mean,
I don't
somebody.
remember that outside of the last like couple weeks, to be honest.
I'm
But
thinking back
Okay,
I
like
have a
to
recency
I'm,
last
bias,
season.
I
I'm
guess.
thinking the last 2 years prior to
Me-
this year is
me
what I'm
too,
thinking
yeah.
about.
Sure, that's what I was thinking about was that he catches, 1, 2,
But
3
here,
balls a game and
hold on though. Let's just stop talking about Watson. Like that was one little piece of the game. This is the start of the episode. Let's talk about some of the other great stuff. What do you guys?
Well, we could talk about Worthy since we're talking about receiving right now.
Do it. Let's
Worthy,
jump in.
and
We have no.
This isn't his best game as far as yards are concerned, but I think as far as overall performance, this has been his best game, and he's been increasing. I still want to see him get over 100 yards, but 79 yards on 8 receptions with 9 targets, and he got a touchdown. That's
Mhm.
phenomenal, and he broke a tackle tonight.
Oh, dude,
I don't know if it showed up as a broken tackle on the stats, but I mean,
and
somebody
he
had
also
him and
got
he got away.
and he also got tackled by Trey Smith once, which was pretty funny.
And if
But
that
he got the
starts to
TD.
happen, if he
He got
starts
he
to
got the
break
pylon
tackles,
TD,
yes.
right? Like he broke that tackle enough to get the pylon TD. He did break a tackle, and he is much more in his element at this point. And like we talked about the last couple weeks, like Rashee Rice did the same thing. He came in and he, was, here and there we saw spots of brilliance, like, oh, he's going to be good. And then it was like, yeah, maybe he's not. And then really towards the end of the season, we saw him start to pick it up. And I think that's what we're seeing with Worthy. And it's really exciting to see him run different types of plays. Like he's running the slant, he's running down the field. He's still, his vision is a little bit, off at times, which I feel like is just going to come with experience, where he's like, should I just run straight or should I try to juke them? Because there's times where I'm like, why'd you do that?
Yeah,
Why'd you try to juke that person?
his jukes definitely, have been found wanting. I feel like that one where he was tackled by Trey Smith, like I feel like Trey was like, "You're gonna run to the outside and beat all these fuckers, so I'm gonna get this one guy right here." And then Worthy tried to cut it in, and Trey's like, "What? Oh shit!" You know, I just feel like Worthy, if he turns on the gas, he gets around that edge, but
See, I think what's happening here is Worthy in college relied on his speed and speed alone, and he was able to do that against college opponents. But it's taking him some time to get used to the speed of the game at the NFL level. It's just a whole different ball game,
Yeah.
and that's why
yeah,
that's one of the reasons why his juke isn't working yet is because he hasn't figured out how to do that yet. But we have seen him running harder. He's realized that his speed isn't just going to do it for him anymore. He's got to play tough, and he's taken that note and he's made
Yes.
that change, and he's doing better at finding his feet inbounds on the sidelines a little bit more each and every game. So I've got a lot of hope, I've got a lot of optimism for his
Yeah.
future. I think he's going to find that speed with the juke, and when he does, man. And he's able to break a few tackles. This NFL is just going to be like, this just isn't
hey,
fair. You know,
Yeah.
how do they get
hey,
all these
I mean, I
guys?
think
Buck,
Worthy is a.
Buck. Oh, sorry, go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say we have a friend from the past. Speaking of Madden, we have Zach
Oh yeah,
Hale in the chat, and
what's
and
up, buddy?
I don't get to
Zach
say hi to
was
Zach.
Zach was one of the best Madden players we ever played with in our, and I mean
He
our
made us
league
change
was
from all pro to all
competitive.
Madden.
Yeah, our league was competitive, and he was phenomenal. And okay, so Zach says it all boils down to protection for Mahomes.
Couldn't agree
Pro-
more.
protected its magic under duress. He makes it happen as much as he can for any of the of the receivers that can make all. Wait, oh, hold on, I read that wrong.
That makes all the
That
difference.
makes all the difference.
Yeah, for
Same
any
here.
of the
Yeah.
receivers,
Yeah.
that makes all the difference. So
So
yeah,
here's
I
the
should have
thing.
you guys read the comments because I'm horrible at it.
No, you're fine. But here's the thing is that, Buck, you said you wanted to see Worthy with a 100-yard game. I don't necessarily think that that is a good thing or a needed thing. And the reason I say that is because I don't know how long it's been since we've had a 100-yard receiver, because we spread the ball around a lot. And I don't want to get one-dimensional, especially at this point in our success, right?
Well,
Yes,
it's not gonna.
that was
It's
our problem. The last year we had Tyreek Hill, and I told everybody when we went to the next year we would have a better offense because we didn't have Tyreek Hill,
I'm not.
and we
I am
did.
not saying that. For the record, I am not saying that. I'm
Yeah.
not saying give Worthy more targets. But what I'm saying is he had 79 yards receiving tonight, He only had the one broken tackle, and he only got a few extra yards before he got tackled. When he starts to learn how to break the tackles and make those jukes, he's going to turn that 79 yards into 110 or 120 yards on the same amount of receptions. And then Mahomes isn't, favoring Worthy, and we're not
Sure.
one dimensional. He's got that ability. Kelce had 84 yards tonight, and we know that he doesn't have that in him anymore. He's not juking out of tackles. I think he did actually have one broken tackle tonight.
He did.
Also, I feel like he did. But he still, that would, 5 years ago, that would have been a 115-yard performance for Kelce
Sure.
on the
Sure.
same
I think
targets.
I also think it's the types of passes that he's being thrown, though, right? Like he's not being thrown the Tyreek Hill down the field
Right.
Watson passes, apparently.
The
But
Wasp.
yeah, but I think he will get there where the trust will get there, the communication will get there, where he will be able to go down the field and have more trust in Mahomes, or Mahomes can have more trust in him to do what he needs him to do, right?
I think
I feel
Mahomes
like
trusts him
them
now.
I think he does trust him, but I think it's still like the further that Worthy gets from Mahomes, like the longer the pass, the more anticipation that Mahomes needs to do earlier to where Worthy's going to be, and he needs to trust that he's going to be there, right? So if he's all the way down the field, unless it's like a blatant, like, straight down the field, he's doesn't have that communication and that trust with him yet, is my assumption.
You know
Okay.
what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen this offseason? Andy Reid is gonna go into his office, and he's gonna open his file cabinet because he still uses file cabinets for everything. Everything's on paper.
100%. You know
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah, he doesn't even use a computer and print it. He handwrites everything out. He's gonna
No, and then
open that.
there's
He's
somebody
gonna
else who
go
takes everything out and scans it for Andy, and he doesn't care. He doesn't
he's
read
gonna
it
pull
on the
that
scan.
drawer all the way open, and then he's gonna reach through all of his plays and all of his manila folders, and then in the very back are plays, folders that he hasn't used in a long time. He's gonna find
Mhm.
one back there that has the name Tyreek Hill on it, and those are gonna be all the plays that he had for Tyreek, and he's gonna pull that out, and he's gonna hand a copy of that to Worthy, and he's gonna say, "All right, son, let's take another step forward and learn some of
Mhm.
these plays." When they get on the same page there,
Sucker!
Tyreek who?
You might be on to something, because when we brought Tyreek in, if anybody remembers, he was drafted as a running back, and they were doing a lot of jet sweeps with him. And
I don't remember that.
oh, really? You don't? Yeah,
Really?
Mm-mm.
Tyreek Hill was
He was a
brought in.
return guy?
He was
He
a
was a return guy.
and
Yeah,
a
that I know.
running back. And then his second year of the league, it was one of the coolest things, because if you drafted him in fantasy, you could play him in the running back or wide receiver slot. It was really cool. But yeah, he was drafted as a running back. He was a running back in college, and then he became one of the best wide receivers that the league has ever seen. So it's crazy. But yeah. So
Okay. Sorry, I wanted to bring something else up, but go ahead, Bob. I know you haven't gotten to talk on that topic.
no, you go.
Okay. So I was gonna talk about, so Zach also mentioned the protection, right? And I think that it is night and day, right? With Tooney at left tackle right now, it is night and day. The
It's
protection that Mahomes
absurd.
has,
It's
he
absurd.
he has time, he can, like, sure, there are occasionally times where somebody gets in on the left side, and that's normal, right? We were seeing it where occasionally somebody wasn't getting in on
Yeah.
the left side,
Yep.
And
Yeah.
right?
this is a
And
good team.
yes,
And
Oh, yeah.
and we
Steelers are
played,
formidable.
and we
Yep.
played
we've
against a good team
played
the week
good
before.
teams.
And we
Yeah.
played against one of the best pass rushers the week before.
I really
Correct.
thought you were going to
This-
say a good team the week before.
This
I was like,
scares me, because Tootie's gonna want left tackle money. Tootie has
no, he's not.
one payday left, and he's gonna be like, "Well, bro, I
Okay,
could play
because
left
he's
tackle.
not. Yeah, but he's only in there temporarily. He's not going to make.
Yeah.
They're not going to make him switch to left tackle in the offseason.
There's no make. He's gonna say, guys, I'm a left tackle.
Okay,
No.
here's my thing. Here's my
Okay,
thing.
I think
Hear me
you're
out.
crazy, not thinking that I'm onto something here.
You are onto something. I do think that there is, even if he were to say, like, I want to go back to guard, but hey, guess what? If your left tackle goes out, you know I can play that position. I deserve more money, right?
More money, yeah. But I don't think
100% true.
I don't think he's going to ask for left tackle money though. I mean, maybe he'll ask,
Maybe,
but he won't get it.
maybe not, but it depends. But here's my question: is
Which
the
means we could
run
lose
game?
him.
Here's the thing: the run game is
That's what I'm saying.
definitely not as successful with Tooney at left tackle versus left guard. We know that, right?
You're
And
being nice by saying
okay,
not that good.
yeah, not as successful, Buck.
Yeah,
Okay? We're being very politically
that's a
correct here.
nice way. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it definitely has, but again, we all agree that I would rather Mahomes have time to throw than have our run game succeed to the level that it was, right? Like, I think the left tackle position needed to be filled by Tooney, and if the run game suffers a little bit, I'm fine with that.
You might
But
be onto something, but I don't think if you're talking about just this game specifically, I think the Steelers are one of the better rushing, like one of the better D's that stop the rushing game. So I don't know that you can
no,
really.
in general, since Tooney moved to
Yeah,
left tackle, the run game has not been
last week they weren't
successful.
great. They weren't as bad as they were this week.
Wait,
but last week.
I mean, last week Hunt had 5.5 average, didn't he? Am I crazy?
Yeah, but he only had like it. It was all
30
towards the
yards
end of the
total.
game. It was all towards the end of the game too.
Yeah,
So
I think when we covered that, yeah, I don't have the stats up, and I don't want to
I
take
mean,
the
I
time
have it
to
up.
pull it up from last week, but I just feel like, and yeah, I'm not talking about average yards. I'm talking
Yeah,
like
Hunt had
total
11
yards.
rushes for 55 yards, right? So he had
Yeah,
5
that's
horrible.
badass.
average yards to carry. Sure, but the majority of those rushes were in the fourth quarter at the end of the game. So what I'm saying is that
No.
Yeah,
yeah,
because remember Pacheco had
100%.
Yeah,
yeah.
Pacheco went out in like the start of the
early in the
third.
third?
End of the third quarter.
Yeah,
Start of the third, and
but we weren't running a lot, I don't think.
Okay, first half summary, Kareem Hunt had 2 attempts for 8 yards in the first half of last game.
yeah,
Okay? So we can agree that all of that happened towards the end of the game. What I'm saying
oh
is
well,
that
but Pacheco was in at the start of the game. No, we can't agree that.
Pacheco
was the one running at the
for
start.
13 yards.
Yeah, and then we went to Hunt the second half, and he did great. So yeah, I don't know if that tracks. Yeah,
Okay.
I think the offensive line has improved rushing and pass defense since the Joe Tooney change.
Okay.
I
I
think
disagree with that. I
It is
think their
literally
pass-
just like
Well,
improved unbelievably.
Their
well,
pass
okay,
protection has improved significantly. Their run protection it depends on the type of run. But Tooney is a top tier left guard. Top tier. Who's his replacement right now? I can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
Caliendo.
Yeah. He is good and he is serviceable right now, but he is not pulling and making holes like Tooney was. Absolutely.
but
Yeah,
I-
but
I
he's
see-
he
see
could
what
be our
Bob is
guard
saying,
of the
though.
future, though.
When we had Wanye, injured Wanye in there, and when we had Kingsley in there, we weren't getting rushing yards at all. But earlier in the season, when Wanye was playing and he wasn't injured, that running game was better than the running game that we're seeing now with
Dude,
Tooney
when
and
we had
Caliendo.
Wanye
Yeah.
Morris in there and Kingsley in there, with Tooney in there, we could still run. That's when our run exploded.
Guys,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna break your mind here, though. when we had that great running game and the line was different, we didn't have Pacheco, and now we have Pacheco. And
for the most part,
that's the next thing I want to kind of get into, dude.
Wait. We're still
Okay.
talking about the offensive line. I want to say one more thing about that before we move on to
Okay.
Pacheco, okay?
All right, go.
All right. So here's my question to you guys is Humphries could come back, right? I think I don't know what his injury status is,
All right, here.
but if he were eligible to come back in the playoffs, what are your thoughts? Do you say let's bring Humphries back?
On, Mel.
That is an amazing question.
Mel, that is an amazing question that we covered on last podcast when you weren't on. So we'll let you give your thoughts.
No, that wasn't the deal here.
I know, but we already talked.
We literally talked about it in depth last episode.
So we're very interested to hear your take on it. What do you think? And then we'll tell you what we said.
Okay, so I think that here's my thing is that we only saw Humphries for one game. And I think for the playoffs, if we have a legitimate, like, good system going, I think it's ridiculous for us to interrupt that by putting Humphries in and messing up the communication, okay? Because I think Humphries came in, he did well. Obviously, he did better than anybody else we'd had at left tackle, but it was still, you could see the breaks in communication. You knew that they would need a few weeks to get on the same page. So at this point in the season, there's, to me, absolutely no reason why we should bring Humphries in and put him in that position, even though Tooney is a better left guard. And
that is word
even
for
if
word what I said.
we could get that.
This is literally exactly what Buck said on last episode.
Yeah.
See,
100%.
Buck.
Yeah. Fist love.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. I couldn't agree more.
You said it was what Buck said. Is it not what Bob said?
Well,
I agreed
not
with
100%. He did agree.
I agreed with Buck after he made his arguments. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not on board at start, but I agreed with Buck after he made his arguments. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know. Your upside with Humphries is, the ceiling is higher, definitely with the capability, but like you said, we don't know. And he can't know the whole playbook at this point. And he's only had one game. Yeah, 100%. I think
There's no gimme games. Like, there's no practice games in the playoffs.
Yep.
Like,
you dance with the girl that you brung.
I just love that you brought that up because me and Buck are going, oh, hey.
Yeah, I know. We were both I saw Bob start smiling. I was like, yeah. That's a great question, actually.
But elephant in the room, guys. Pop Pacheco is not looking like Pop. He is not popping back up. He does not look like the running back he was before he got hurt. He is not yelling and screaming on the sidelines. Pop is in depression mode, and that is a fact.
Hold on. I am no longer giving any precedence to their sideline antics when I know that we've seen it a couple of times.
No.
I don't trust.
No, not the sideline antics like we've talked about with like Kelce looking off into space. I'm talking when Pop used to go down. He would pop. The reason he got the name Pop because he would pop right back up. He's like standing up slow now. He's not like his feet aren't hitting the ground like he hates the ground. I mean, he's
not true.
He is not
true.
Pop. He is not Pop. I'm sorry.
No,
it's just
that's not true. His feet are still hitting the ground like he is. And I feel like the announcers made the best analogy.
I wish I could comment on this, but I haven't been paying close enough attention to that. Specific
I wish you were right, Mel, but you're wrong.
Listen, the announcers made the best analogy with he's like a kid who gets a brand new pair of sneakers on Christmas. Like, like he's like runs like that. And
And he
I
didn't today at all. They were literally
okay,
using something that they heard from some other
yes,
announcer prior
agreed.
to the game.
I'm
That's
not
why these
saying
guys are
I am
so
not
such
saying
a
that he's
joke.
running like that right now. What I'm saying is that he still has it in him, but we saw it go away prior to his injury. He was not bouncing back up the same way that he did the first time, like the first year that we had him before he got injured. And you know why that is? It's because it's a freaking tough game and he gets hit really fucking hard and we relied on him a lot more. He was bouncing back up when he was getting 10 carries a game, right? And then we gave him a lot of carries and then he kind of lost that mojo, right?
So
But
you're literally saying what I just said. He's depressed.
no, I don't think he's depressed. I
He's
think
just he's
what like
used.
don't put
He's
that.
sore.
Yeah. He's sore. No, he had a good time
No,
off though with his injury.
she
I
said
think
he pops up more when he's getting more carries.
No, she said
no,
when he's getting
he
less carries.
popped up
Oh.
more when he was getting less carries. Like he was like really excited about it when he was getting in there. I mean, wasn't he undrafted?
No, he was like a 5th or 6th round pick.
I don't know about
Pop.
I don't
that.
remember. I don't remember.
Yes, dang it.
Either way, he was excited to get in there and play. And
Mhm.
I think he's still very excited to get in there and play. I think he brought us what we needed and the momentum that we needed and the attitude that we needed in a running back when we needed him. And I
You know,
love
maybe
that.
maybe the running back coach told him like, "Look, every time that you pop back up like that, you're taking
Yep.
a lot of energy out of your body for that. I know
Right.
you're showing the defense something, but you're actually spending energy, and we need you for a lot more carries per
We need
game
that
now.
energy.
So let's just get up like a normal human being and."
Right? That's
But
what I'm saying though.
the foot stomping, the way that he's running, I feel like he's doing that, but I definitely have not been paying attention, so I can't argue that you're
I
wrong there by any means.
I
Yeah, I'll go
forgot.
back and watch the game again tonight.
Yeah, I
Well, maybe
forgot.
tomorrow.
Isaiah Pacheco was almost Mr. Irrelevant. He was a 7th round
Okay.
draft pick, number 251. Yeah,
That's what I thought. He wasn't like
he
we
was a
had Edwards
surprise.
Lair.
He was literally a like just a little bit higher caliber than Steele, Carson Steele on the team
Right.
right now, and he. I'm sorry, but he does not. The pop is gone. The
Okay, so
pop is completely gone.
here's what I'm saying though, is that the pop is what we needed when we needed it, and he brought it. And that was amazing. And it brought us to a point where we are right now. At this point where we are right now, I feel like he now needs to learn the basics and the fundamentals of running. Like he doesn't have the vision that Hunt has. We brought Hunt in. Hunt can teach him a lot. And I think that if he is open to that and not, and I feel like he's the type of person that would be open to that, but that's just my general
Yeah, but okay, but my whole point,
view of him.
and I'm still pretty positive I am right, is Pop has lost his pop. That's the whole point is he's not popping up. He looks like distraught. Okay. But Zach in Facebook chat brings up Pacheco's not patient enough. That's what I've talked about many times in his lack of vision and how I've loved Hunt's vision. But yeah, like Pacheco, what made him great wasn't his ability.
Wasn't his vision.
It wasn't anything but his will to be in this league, and I don't see that now. I don't see the pop.
I can't argue. I mean, uh, I haven't seen anything that makes me say, "Oh no, Bob, you're missing it." Maybe maybe he's had I don't know. You're kind of right, though. I mean, he hasn't done anything significant since he came back from the injury. We're kind of waiting for that. Maybe he has lost it, or maybe he just needs a little time to get to 100%, and he's just not there yet.
I
I
just
think he's
hope
lost
I'm
he
it.
hoping
I
for
just
that.
hope he's open to like Hunt helping him and learning from Hunt, and
I can't
you know what I
imagine he's
mean.
not.
To
I'm
be
just
honest,
hoping.
here's the
Yeah.
thing: is that Pacheco, like Edwards-Helaire, was our running back, and I respect Edwards-Helaire. Nobody envied
But that could be
him,
why Pop's
right?
so popular.
So Pop came in and showed a motivation and a discipline that we had not seen. And we were like, oh my God, yes, I love you, right? Pop has never been on a team, like on the team, in a position that there's been somebody better than him at running back, right? So what you're seeing right now with Pacheco could be Hunt is better than me. I need to check myself. I need to figure out how to get to that point where Hunt is. And I think that if he does that, that is all we need for him to be our future. If he doesn't, if he shuts down and he says, nope, I don't need to learn from him, I can't believe he's taking my job, then that's not the Pop that we know or want, right?
Right.
I
I
feel
don't feel like that
great.
is Pop.
I feel great because you got my exact point.
You're welcome.
Well, I can't imagine a
No,
world
you're welcome for helping you.
with the Pacheco with the Pacheco that we know, that we've seen on the sidelines. I can't imagine he wouldn't be begging anybody that's
100%.
willing to help him.
100%.
So,
And I
I'm
think that
hoping so.
that's where he's at. But his mind is not in a point where he's like, yes, I'm like killing it for the team. He's more in a mindset right now of, oh my God, there's so much I need to learn to help this team get better. And I think that that's where you're seeing a little bit of the lack of like from him, right? Because he's not as confident, because he is not the best running back on the team right now. And he
this is
knows
so
that.
crazy that we haven't. I
He's
mean, this
probably
is such a this topic just came up within the last 2 weeks. It really did. I mean, 2 weeks
Mhm.
ago, we weren't talking about Pacheco in this light in any shape or form.
Yeah, but
For sure.
also, I mean,
We also had Tuna
like
at guard.
2 weeks ago, Pacheco came back, and we also did talk about he might struggle a bit. We don't like that was a pretty big injury he took on. That could be a factor as well. So, that's it there too. But we have
He also got
we
injured
have so
tonight.
much more to talk about besides Pacheco. Like
Can we talk about his injury though?
no, we need to like sideline these. No, we don't need to talk about Pacheco anymore at all. I don't think. But
Okay.
if you
Well, he
really
also got
want to,
injured tonight.
we can. Okay, yeah.
I
The
mean, that's all I'm saying is he
rib.
got injured again tonight with a rib, and we don't know what that's gonna bring. And so,
Yeah, if it's a fractured rib, he's fucked.
I
For
mean,
anybody who's had a fractured rib, like yeah.
It's just a lingering thing until you're 100%. You're
Yeah,
gonna feel it.
and without we just talked about without the vision of finding the holes, it's gonna hurt every time he hits anything.
Zach Hale on the Facebook chat said another funny thing. Pacheco is fire, Hunt and P. Ryan are thunder, and our line is made for thunder.
it's true. Right
That's
now, it is.
a good analogy. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah, this is good. But can we talk okay, okay, actually Mel just walked off. So Buck, what part of the game would you like to point out?
Our running defense. And I know Jones was out, obviously. On passing downs, I was, for the most part, very pleased with the way that our line got pressure. Karlaftis got a couple of sacks.
Well,
We
we
were
had
getting
5, right? 5 or 6?
yeah, and I don't know exactly how many he had because I I was kind of watching.
The whole team, but Karlaftis got one.
Oh, he only got one? Okay.
Yeah.
There was a second one I thought maybe he got, but it might have been somebody else. But
no.
Anyway,
Karlaftis
but
got one.
the
Turk,
pressure.
did Turk get two?
I don't know.
Oh shit. Yeah. So no, it was Mike. It was Mike Dana that got two. Wow, isn't that weird?
But our defense gave up over 200 yards on the ground. Now, 55 of that was Russell Wilson, but still 150 yards on the ground. That's not what we're used to seeing from this defense.
Yeah, I think a big
Good Lord,
part
Chris
of that,
Jones, we can't wait for you to come back. Hopefully he's good for the playoffs. Everything that we've heard made it sound like he would be ready to go this weekend.
The Steelers are an amazing rushing team, though. You still have to factor that in.
So are the Ravens, and we held what's his name, King Henry, to I think 60 yards ish or whatever.
Yeah, I
Now
don't
Lamar
know that
Jackson torched us.
Yeah,
but
I don't
that's
think
a
the
whole
Ravens are
different
the same as the Steelers, though. Like the Ravens also bank on oh gosh, the quarterback making people scared, and like they get a lot of extra rushing yards because they're scared of Lamar Jackson.
Sure.
So,
but they didn't
not just
really get all those
Lamar
extra against the
Jackson
Chiefs.
getting the yards. I'm saying like the scare
But the
of
play-
that makes them pick different defensive plays, which open up the running back. Steelers don't exactly have that.
I mean, to be fair, the Ravens, when we played them, they weren't utilizing Henry as well as they are later on in the season. We did play them early. But I do think, I mean, let's give it to the defense. Without Chris Jones, they still held the,
10 points.
Steelers to how many points?
10 points.
10 points?
Yeah, no. Overall, phenomenal effort on the defense.
Right. So it's
just to keep it from being a close game.
You love some rushes, and it's like, okay. I mean, sure, it brought our rushing defense stats down, but at the same time, we only let them score 10 points. So does it really matter?
No,
Yeah.
I mean, yes
I
and
think
no.
every time we have a rushing quarterback, our rushing stats go down. Like every time we have a quarterback that's capable of running, we saw it with Lamar Jackson. We saw it with Wilson.
Josh Allen and Wilson. Yeah.
Josh Allen. Right.
Yep.
So every time we have a quarterback that will rush, I feel like our defense kind of implodes to a certain degree of they allow a lot more short things than they do long passes. And Reed had an amazing game tonight.
Yeah, he
If
did.
we want to talk defense.
Yeah, he really did. He
he's
almost got
taking
hurt.
my Reed thunder. My man Reed, we are good friends. We've talked at the golf course, one time. We are such good friends.
I polished his shoes for him one time.
I'm pretty sure he listens to the podcast, just to let you know. He did take my card. Yeah, dude. Dude. Okay, so Reed is who's you guys' defensive player of the game? Because Reed's mine. Dude, Reed is my defensive player of the game. Interception in the freaking in the end zone, and 95% of the league corners and safeties that would have intercepted that ball would have ran it out. But he's got brains. Oh, and he's so good. And he was on fire the whole night, dude, getting good hits. Reed is the man.
Yeah, no, he definitely is, man. We're really lucky. We're gonna lose him when his contract is over.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
No, it's true. You know it's true.
I won't say it, but you're still not gonna sleep at night thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, another thing, I don't know if you guys are done talking about the defense, but another thing that we need to touch on
Mm.
today specifically is the third down conversion rate of both teams.
Hold on. No, we're not. Wait, you said defense. I mean, we got a
Well, we were
couple of
we were talking about
things.
defense. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. You said I don't know if you're done. You're done talking
Well,
about it, but
we've really stretched out some of the subjects we've talked about, so I'm trying to just keep it from getting too.
yeah, definitely agree with that. We had way too much time on Watson. That's what I'll say. But like,
Oh
um,
my god.
no, it's actually it's an objective fact. Um, but so the D like struggled here and there, but like really came through it. Like they were like struggling at the end of the first, but then Reed picks it in the end zone, and there was a penalty that stopped that, and then
Yeah, they scored a touchdown.
instead of them getting a touchdown, we got a TD, or we got a pick. Also, we had 3 penalties on the day that and they were good. They were real
Okay.
penalties, but our guys need to be better because they all were huge penalties that cost us like either a scoring drive or a score. Like we lost 3
Our
points because of
penalties
one.
were ridiculous. Okay.
Juwan Taylor. Wow.
Okay, but not even just Juwan. Like we had so many penalties that cost us. We had
Yeah,
the
12
Juwan
men on
Taylor,
the
I think,
field
was
that
on the
gave them a first down in the
yeah.
second. Like, are you
Hold
kidding
on.
me? For special teams?
Before that, we had the Juwan Taylor, I think it was a holding penalty on our fourth down conversion that we did great and got, and then it got taken away. And then we had 12 men on the field on their third down conversion, and they got to keep going because we apparently just decided to have an extra man there. That's fine. And then there was just a couple. Like, that's fine. Whatever. We can clean those things up. But at this point in the season, I feel like those things need to be cleaned up. So get on that.
Yeah, the penalties are crazy. Special teams,
Wait. Defense.
12 men on the
Defense.
field. Oh,
Can we talk about Williams? Because Williams, in the first half of the game, was really over pursuing and missed a lot of tackles. And I was really frustrated with him.
yeah, but
But
in the second quarter, he
he
made the
did come
game.
back.
Yeah, he made a
He
huge
did come
drive
back. He had a
saving.
great pass deflection
Yep.
on a deep ball. He did great. But I feel like he's that, like, you either make a great play or you really
But
muff it, right? And I don't love that. I would rather just have a consistent
Yeah,
person
they were
that
picking on him the entire time. That's going to that's going to happen. You know, like we were blessed last year. That happens in every game, every single week. They pick on the second quarter if they have the offensive weapons to do so. So he's going to have to struggle through that and triumph, or he's gonna just not have it. Like last year, we
he
were
just needs to stop over
so
pursuing though.
yeah,
Like
but
he's over like
it's a
he
whole lot of things that he could. But I'm
sure.
saying last year we had Snead and McDuffie, and
Yeah.
literally we were just. I mean, we were the only
Yeah,
people
lights
in
out.
the NFL that had that. Everybody else had a second quarter that got picked on the entire game.
yeah, for me it was third downs, man. I mean, it just seemed every time that there was third and long, that's when the Steelers were going to convert. Russell Wilson, I swear to
Mhm.
God, had like 7 rushes of 12 yards or more on third down and
He had
long to
4.
get
But yeah,
well, when
he
you're
that
watching
was
it,
way that was 4 too many.
way too many. And I know with this defense, we absolutely just can't afford to have a spy on the quarterback every single play. It's just not feasible. But man, And maybe that's a Jones thing because Jones was out and the pressure just kind of collapsed into the middle and he was able to squirt out. Wasn't able to squirt out
No,
every time. We definitely saw his age and his
sure.
he's lost a step.
Sacked him 5 times.
Yeah,
But you
that
know
was
who hasn't
beautiful.
lost a step is Josh Allen, and if we play Josh Allen again in the playoffs, I am very worried because we have really struggled against running quarterbacks,
Yeah,
and I
no.
feel like that's
Okay.
something we need to figure out.
It's very different though. Josh Allen compared to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, we just missed. Josh Allen is
Made us
slow,
miss.
and we hit him. We just bounce off of him. And he keeps going like freaking Superman. It's two different, completely different players that need completely different you
Okay,
can't just.
so
It's
Lamar
not
Jackson,
apples
I
to
guess, is
apples.
a better like comparison to when we played the Ravens. Like Lamar Jackson I think he was their top rusher when we played them. I don't
Oh,
know that
I
for
yeah.
mean,
sure,
he's the
but
best
Oh, no,
rushing
he was.
quarterback, yeah. But
yeah.
he's also easier to take down than a
If
Josh
you can
Allen.
touch him, if
Yeah.
you can get your hands on him. He
Yeah,
is
yeah. It's
Yeah, if
just
elusive.
you can
like
get to him.
you just have to think corners can take down Russell Wilson. Corners can't take down Josh Allen and most of the time not Lamar Jackson. You see what I'm saying?
Sure. I get your difference there for sure. I mean, I feel like Josh Allen is just a big Patrick Mahomes, right? Where it's not like that's not his shtick. He's not like a rushing quarterback, but he's gonna scramble and he's gonna rush when he needs to, and he's gonna make the play, right? Mahomes is just like, you're probably gonna break his ankle or get a high ankle sprain or, do something else weird to him if you hit him. Josh Allen is gonna be like, nope, that didn't hurt. It's fine.
I still say at some point,
But
Josh
guess what? He
Allen
doesn't have as many Super
is
Bowls. Huh?
gonna he's gonna get hurt, man. He just plays so
He's got to,
aggressively.
right? He's got
Yeah.
to.
I mean, I guess so. What's their record? Maybe he doesn't have to do it so much. I mean, and that's not me saying that as a Chiefs fan, and I don't want to see him running so much. I want to see our defense stop him. I'm saying that as coming from a Buffalo point of view, man. If that was my team, I would be begging to maybe curl that back. But that's who he is. That's how he plays.
Yeah.
That's
That's how
how
he
he's
plays.
gonna play.
That's how they're good, and
hmm
he
But
hasn't
if
gotten
he
hurt,
goes
right?
down, I don't know
Sure.
who their backup is, but I think they're in trouble.
But I mean, if Mahomes goes down, are we not in trouble?
No, no, I don't
Right.
think so.
You think we can win a Super Bowl without Mahomes?
I think Wentz got screwed by an injury out of a Super Bowl victory, and he would love to just write that one.
I
like,
think I think we can win without Mahomes. Do I think it's less likely? Yes.
oh, sure,
There.
sure.
But
But I think we could win.
yeah,
Wentz.
I mean, and I'll get into that at the very end of this episode. But yeah, just quickly though, uh, uh okay, so Butker missed the extra point.
Because of Worthy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here, I wanted to bring that up when we were talking about Worthy. Thank you. What the fuck was the Worthy flag? What?
You don't know what it was?
No, I
Or
don't.
you okay.
He lifted up his shirt. What
Like
Oh,
does
he was
that
that
one.
showing
mean?
like he was showing his gun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they say it is?
Yeah. I mean,
It
what
looked
else
like he
could it
was
be?
showing his tattoo.
It's possible he was showing a tattoo, but it definitely looks
They
like he's
have a
look
clear rule that you can't do that, I believe is what
you're
I
not
was
supposed to
listening
show
to.
bare skin, I think is what they said. Bare skin that isn't, short
Yeah,
sleeves, but you're not supposed to lift your
something
jersey to
like
show.
that. But
It's
here's the
it
thing,
could be considered taunting.
people were getting upset about, like, the 2 thumbs down, like, penalty about,
Don't do it.
taunting and things like that, like, those are things, and I agree with to a certain extent that people can't trash talk each other, like that's part of the game and all of that. But what you have to realize is that this is a game that every single child playing football is imitating, right? And so if they're going to imitate all of this trash talking, it doesn't result in bullying in the NFL, no, but it does and could result in bullying in third grade when you're playing football.
I
Right?
really hope Worthy wasn't like trying to actually simulate showing a gun under his.
I don't know. I would
I
never.
r-
I would never
I
reach
re-
and make that accusation
They
I
said
feel like
super
he
soaker.
wasn't.
They said super soaker
because they can't
was
say
the
gun.
correct, but it was like the what is it? It was like a skit. They were reenacting like a Christmas skit. I don't know what it
No,
was.
I think he was just explaining what that lifting of the jersey meant.
They
He was
explained
showing
it
his super
horribly.
soaker.
Yeah, they explained.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're. I don't know if the commentators were different. I watched it on Netflix. I don't know if the commentators were different, but I really hope Worthy wasn't trying to symbolize showing a gun. I really
I hope so
so.
too. And there was it definitely looked like there was a tattoo there. So I really hope that's what he was doing. But if the rule
And
says you can't lift your jersey to show your skin,
It's not good.
then
and
then it's a penalty.
and just to clarify, I have no problems with guns, but I don't think it's a cool thing to like symbolize a gun during the game. Now, I do think it's cool to do the shooting thing, like for a
Like
yeah, or
Yeah.
the bow and arrow, especially for the Chiefs. Like, but that's outlawed, and I think that's cool. But like pulling up, like you have a concealed weapon, like that's weird to me. Like that's where I kind of draw the line. So I hope
Yep,
that
I agree.
wasn't
So
what he was trying to do. I just
me
hope.
too. And he doesn't, when he does interviews and whatnot, his personality that doesn't seem
It
to
does not
be
seem like
his
him at all.
makeup. So hopefully
Yeah,
we're
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't track.
yeah.
But I do
But
think
a rule's a
there's a
rule.
lot of there's a lot of I just feel like there's a lot of controversy about this like no fun league. Like nobody's allowed to have fun, nobody's allowed to taunt and all of that stuff. And I feel like people have to understand that there is a bigger purpose in why they make some of these rules. And I working with children, I feel like I have to advocate for the fact that these things don't make as much of a difference in adults or in the NFL people's lives, but we do have to remember that everybody knows that ninth grader on the football field is going to imitate somebody like Xavier Worthy who's going to go to a Super Bowl, right? And we don't want them imitating those types of things. And I just
You did
that's
skirt
all.
my question though.
What is your question?
Are you worried about Butker? Like I talked about the penalty
Yes.
that
Yes.
made him miss
Yes.
the extra point. Are you worried? Because I am worried.
I guess I am worried, but what makes me less worried is what we're starting to see from this offense maybe gelling a little bit more, where we can
Mhm.
put a little bit more spread
Or you
in
maybe
the
don't have to
score.
rely on Butker.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
so
does
if it does come down to him though, yeah, I mean, you gotta be worried.
it is scary a little bit because it's not consistent, right? Like he should have made that extra point. It
What was
was
that, a 40-yarder after the penalty?
43 yards. 43 yards.
It's not some
He
big long
should have made that.
yeah.
It
Yep.
wasn't
Now,
anything that
I will rewind you guys to the past when he got injured the first time years back. Now,
yeah, and he missed extra points all
for
the
the
time.
whole season, he missed extra points, and we're like, he
He could
makes
make 60 fucking yard field goals.
56-yard field goals. How is he missing the extra point? Like,
Mhm.
and this was back when the extra point was still closer. Like they hadn't even changed the rule to move it back.
Yeah.
I remember
I
that.
mean, it's crazy. So I'm almost wondering if it's like a mental thing in his head, but that was all I really had to talk about that. I
I don't know.
do
It's hard
want
to
to
say with the
give
kicker.
I do want to give Buck a little bit of time to gush about his boy Nico
Okay,
Ramirio.
wait. Can I talk
Well,
about Kelce real fast though first
Oh,
before you go on to Remigio?
I was gonna do Kelce
Okay,
after that.
go ahead. We can go
all right.
Remigio.
Remigio had
Whoop,
some
whoop.
amazing returns today. We did see him cough up the ball. We did see him cough up
Okay.
the ball,
Ah,
and it took a super Chiefs bounce. Like, right? I mean, come on,
use the
man.
other Chiefs hands.
You know, for the naysayers or the tinfoil hat people that are like, that this is all scripted, man, thank you, NFL, for scripting that bounce because that was
Uh-huh.
amazing. But yeah, no, Remigio just continues to do better and better in the return game, and
Yes.
it makes me wonder why he wasn't even considered as an option for wide receiver when we were so thin at that position for so long this season. He wasn't even a consideration. Now I'm not like pushing for Remigio to be added to the wide receiver core, but we see the way he runs in traffic, and I mean, at this point, you could say he's doing it consistently.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he did well. And I think, to be honest, I feel like it's good. Um, Special teams is good practice for somebody in Remigio's like position, right? I think you look at people who start off on special teams like Tyreek Hill, right?
Mhm.
And I think
Mhm.
you get a lot of experience and you get a lot of experience in a vision aspect that you don't necessarily get as a wide receiver. And so I do think that he's gaining skills by being in that position. And I am, it's not like every week we're like, yes, the Remigio return was amazing, right? This week he had a couple. He did pop it up, like you said,
I
but
feel like he's had at least one or two in every single game that were
they were
really
good.
good returns. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
I think I've been highlighting them for the most part because I want to
Yeah,
show him
he's
love.
been
We were
great.
really rooting for him at the beginning of the season
Yeah, he
um,
has been great
before they
since
cut him.
he came in. Yeah.
All right, I could be wrong. My
Mm.
bad.
Yeah, and today was the first time he had a miff, and you have to
Yeah.
get you. McCole Hardman has had plenty of those, but as long as they're few and far between, which is what tonight was, that's okay, and that's so that's what I was. Oh, Jason Jason in the chat says I had the hat in spirit. Don't let anyone deny the hat. He's talking about Mel wearing. She got the hat from her dad tonight for Christmas. It's the special hat, from the Hallmark movie. It's the actual hat. No, I'm kidding. It's probably just one of the.
Worn by Andy Reid in the movie.
Well, it was
Was Andy Reid in the movie?
It was a re-gift. Yes, he was. It was a re-gift. I don't think her dad meant to actually give it away, but it was he said, yeah, he gave those hats to everybody on the city council. And so I thought, oh, so you just re-gifted it for Mel. Because he didn't give one to his son. He just gave it to Mel. So that means it was the one re-gift. So Mel has a present that was from the mayor of Kansas City.
It's still a cool hat. I like that hat though.
Yeah.
Especially the size of the pom-pom.
Yeah, so Mel, Kelce,
Whoop,
because
whoop.
I know you want to say exactly what I want to say.
You wish he lateraled that one pass that he wanted to?
Oh my God.
Oh,
Did you see him?
saw that
He was
too?
like,
Where he was like,
Oh my
he went
God.
back to throw and he was like, nope, can't do
Yeah,
it.
guys,
it was a
all
little
I
too
can
much
think-
green there.
all I can think is him sitting there with the ball being like, P. Ryan, where the fuck are you? Like,
P. Red's always here.
Yeah, no kidding.
I
I wonder
oh my God.
why he didn't pull the trigger on that though. I almost feel like he went to, and then he noticed the guy wasn't looking at him, and he didn't want to turn the ball over at
No,
that
I
point.
think there
Yeah,
was
because
I
if
think there
you
was a
screw it up
defender.
once, you're done.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah, oh,
don't
yeah.
have
You
a
can't do
you
it
don't have a
again,
choice
right?
after that.
Yeah. No, but he did. Okay, so he got his 1001 career catches and
No,
he
He got
no,
his
no, no, no,
74th
no.
touchdown.
77th
77th,
okay,
yeah.
but
Beat
he
Tony
did get
Gonzalez.
a
TD,
1001 career catches,
I didn't
which
which
know
was a
that.
has
good
no
milestone as well.
yeah, but has no significance for what he was about to do.
I was just talking about earlier in the game. He got 1001 career catches,
Yeah, we're
but
talking about Kelce.
now he then got his TD catch, which was the most TD catches in the history of the
Maybe it was
Chiefs.
78.
To
77 might have
pass,
been the
I
record.
didn't run that number, but to pass Tony Gonzalez, and I don't know if you guys noticed or heard from the pregame because I didn't, but my brother told me. Um, in the pregame, Tony Gonzalez was telling him if he had a touchdown catch that he would pay the fine for him to dunk it over the um field goal. What are those called?
Yeah,
No.
the oh
Yep.
god, I'm just playing it too.
Blanking. Completely goalpost.
the goalpost. Yeah.
Goalpost. 77th, by the way, was the number.
Oh my god. It's great.
Yeah, no, that was
Um,
awesome. I didn't realize that's what was happening at that time because there was noise. I was at the family gathering, and so I definitely recognized that he did the dunk, and I knew that was a Tony Gonzalez thing. I just didn't realize
Sure.
what it was all about until after the game. And
Yeah.
what
We
an
didn't
awesome
either
I
at
was
the
moment.
sitting there.
time.
No, I did. I said while we were watching it, he just did the Tony Gonzalez. Like,
Well, yeah, but we were like,
You didn't know why,
we didn't
though.
know what record
and
he
then,
broke.
and then
Significance.
Mel, what did I say right after that?
You said what record did he break? What significance was that for? Like, did he
Yeah.
break one of Tony's records? And we were both like, I don't know.
I totally said, I was like, he had to have just broken one of Tony's things. Like, that would be the only reason why he would do that. It has to be some sort of significance. And so I found out what it was afterwards. But I was freaked when I saw him do that. I was like, oh, my childhood's back. Like, it was
That so cool to
crazy.
see. We
Yeah,
were
I mean, it was
talking.
great.
My
He had a great
nephew
game.
is a big time high school football player, and he's quite a big boy, and he's very into the Chiefs. And we kind of had a discussion because the commentator said for his top 3 tight ends in history was Kelce, then Gronk, then Tony. And I was like, if you put Gronk ahead of Tony, your opinion no longer holds any water with me whatsoever. You know what? He might have had more physical gifts than Tony Gonzalez, but Gronk was just an idiot out there running around. He didn't know plays, he didn't know routes. They've talked about it. Brady
Oh yeah.
has openly said, like, sometimes he just got open and you got to throw it to him, and he's so
Gronk,
big he can
get
catch it.
ball.
But as far as his
Gronk,
best
get
tight end
ball.
in history,
Hey,
you can't put Tony behind Gronk. You just
Buck,
can't.
Agreed.
Buck. Do you
Sorry.
remember the Replacements?
With Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Do you remember Get Me the Ball?
Yeah, give me the ball.
Give me the ball.
Get you the ball.
All right, coach, I'll get you the ball.
I can do the ball.
I'll get
That's
you the ball.
John
I'll
Favreau.
get you the ball.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter
I
how dumb you are. It just matters how you perform.
Sure.
Did you
Gronk
guys
is
listen-
Tony
definitely
Gonzalez.
dumber than Tony, but Gronk was a beast.
Yes, he was.
Okay. Did you guys hear the New Heights podcast though, where Kelce was talking about how many more games that Gonzalez has played? He was like, "Whoa, you're telling me that he's played 100 more games than I have played right now? Nope. That's
Yeah, that's
insane. Like,
not in the
he was
cards.
mind blown. And I don't know if it's 100. I could have gotten the stat
It's
wrong,
definitely
but it
not
is a
100.
lot of more games.
Yeah,
That's like
No.
7 seasons.
it's probably like 50.
That's still
I'm looking
7
it up.
seasons.
Yeah.
No, not 7 seasons. That's like 4 seasons, 3 seasons.
But all right, so one little side note I just want to throw in. Turk child saving Wharton is coming online this year. Did you just look
Yeah.
at me like why I said child saving?
Yeah, you give people the weirdest nicknames, man.
He's a real life superhero. We've talked about this. You don't remember. Oh my God, Buck, search. Tershawn Wharton, Turk, guy that ate 12 eggs. That's why we talked about this. Why you did your challenge just last episode.
Hold
I
on.
got
What
a
did he
lot
do?
of comments that beer was the wrong choice, by the
Yeah,
way.
but what did he do for us to talk about him?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my God. Sometimes I am cursed with memory. I'm cursed with memory. Anybody who follows the podcast will know that we talked about Tershawn Wharton saving a child's life who fell head first while trying to get out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. What
Well,
are you talking
okay.
about? Superhero in real life.
Saving a child's life, it might be a little bit of a reach. I mean, it was a
Dude, the child
God.
fell head first.
yeah.
He was going to at least break his arms, if not his neck.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I interrupt real fast?
Oh, please
Because
do.
Tony Gonzalez played 270 games in his career.
Uh-huh.
Travis Kelce has played 175.
But
Wow.
did he say that
so
when he
it
hit that
is-
record?
It is 100 games? How is
It's
that
almost
possible?
100 games.
How is that possible?
That's like
Because,
6
okay,
seasons.
Hold
so
on.
Travis
Because
was trying
Travis
to
has
explain
played-
this.
Hold on, stop. Because Travis has played way more postseason games than Tony ever even got to go to.
It's regular season games.
This is absurd.
No, it's just regular season games. It's not like all games. So,
Dude, and Tony still looks like he's younger than me.
yeah. So Tony came out earlier, like was younger when he came out into the
About
when
being
he
gay.
entered the NFL. Okay.
You said
All right.
came out, sorry.
Okay. Tony was younger when he entered the NFL. Okay. And that's all I got.
Dude, how? 100 games?
This
There's
is what
16
He
games a
played
season.
a long time for the Falcons.
Travis's like reaction to this on New Heights was literally one of the best things I've ever
I'm
heard.
gonna have to
He was
watch
like-
that. That's absurd. I can't believe
like-
that's a thing.
He was like, he's played what? He's like, that's absurd.
But if he started
How?
when he was younger than when Kelce started, that
He
would
played
make sense.
17 seasons.
That's a
Okay, and
long
then what
time,
has
man.
Kelce played?
12.
12? Yeah.
Okay, so 5 seasons is 100 games?
No.
The
No,
math
5 seasons
is-
is
the math is
85
off.
games.
Yeah, the math is
85
off
games
here.
at our current 17 game pace. And when
Yeah.
Tony played, it was only 16. But that only just changed.
Dude, and what sucks is all of Travis Kelce's accolades in the playoffs count nothing for the actual regular season stats. So if Travis,
Mhm.
if we added all of Travis Kelce's playoff stuff, he'd actually probably be beating Tony or he'd be close to Tony in everything.
Well, yeah, we didn't have a whole lot
Fans or
of playoff.
listeners, I want you guys to like do
It's
some
been 5
research
years.
for us and find those stats. Add Kelsey's playoff and Super Bowl stats, and tell us where he like lines up with Tony.
Yeah, they've had deep playoff runs every year since 2019.
Yeah, that's so absurd. Yeah, Mel, you blew our minds just like Travis got his mind blown. But I was talking about Tershawn Wharton. Turk
Mhm.
is looking good. Like, dude, he's having a like. If you look at his career stats, he's been in the. This is his 6th year, and like he's had like 2 sacks a season, and he's at like 7 now. Like he's
You know, maybe him playing without Jones today was a good thing. He can. It's almost like he was able to discover how dominant that he could actually be. So when Chris Jones comes back, it might be just that much better. I don't know. Turk is a big boy, man. He is a big boy. So if this line can play like this without Chris Jones, oh, this playoffs is going to be fun to watch.
Jason in YouTube chat says Gonzalez is still the best looking tight end of all time. Ha ha ha.
100%. 100%.
I'm okay. My mother-in-law, along with my wife, would agree with you, but I've got to say, Travis
He's better
Kelce,
looking than Travis. Yeah, I thought Travis.
No. Gonzalez like is what 20 years older than Travis, or 10 years older than Travis, and still looks younger than Travis. He's got a good surgeon, but as I don't know, man.
I don't think he looks younger than Kelce.
Kelce can pull off the stash. Most people can't pull off the stash.
No, he cannot.
Are you kidding me?
You say he can pull off the stash. I say
It's
he
an
cannot
attitude
pull
thing.
off the stash. He pulls it off because he does it, and he's Travis Kelce, and he's a good football player. But if he wasn't Travis Kelce and a good football player, you would see him and be like, "That's a horrible look."
I would see him and be like, "That's a cop.
That's a cop.
We got a liter of
I don't-
cola. It's for a cop."
I don't think that he would rock that if he wasn't a superstar.
Exactly.
I mean,
And I'm
just
pretty sure
He
saying.
is,
I'm just saying. All right.
and his girlfriend
Gonzalez, though.
clearly doesn't hate it because he's done it when he was with her.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't have it anymore because of her, though, too. So,
Quite possible.
All right. Any last thoughts? Because I have a last thought that's a little bit of a banger, but I want to let you guys go.
I just had a thought about a penalty that should, or not a penalty, a
Penalty?
rule. But I can bring that up in the next pregame when we talk about, we always cover like what we didn't.
Yeah, we're
Or
actually gonna have
afterthoughts.
finally a break.
Yeah.
Like this has been rough. Like our last couple episodes, we've had some people bitching about us, like being unprepared. Sorry, we had a day. Give us a break.
Backers.
Yeah.
It's been busy.
Yeah, it's been crazy. We didn't realize when we're like, oh, the Chiefs are gonna have it rough. 3 games in 11 days. That's gonna be rough. And then we're like, oh shoot, we have
That means it's gonna be
6
rough for us.
episodes in 11 days. Yeah. So, yeah, we got a little taste of our own medicine there, but
The only thing I wanted to bring up is kind of twofold. But first, I just want to give a shout out to P. Ryan because I love you, P. Ryan.
hey,
You're
run.
amazing. And I think that he just does a great job. He bailed out Mahomes. He like tripped on a play or got like hit on a play and then like popped up and was there. And Mahomes threw it before he
Dude.
even like stood up.
Dude,
And he
Mahomes
just like
just shoveled it Favre like and he shoveled it to him while P Ryan was on the
before
ground.
P. Ryan got up.
And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
and he said in his press conference, he was like, I just knew P Ryan would get up.
Yeah. So like I love P. Ryan and I think that he's a great addition. So just shout out to him.
Yep.
Other than that, I
Suxley
just
was the
want to
dirty
say
donkey before. Oh, oh.
it's almost like even better that he was a dirty donkey before. Like it's like,
We
we
stole him
got
from
it.
you.
And
It's like
and
when
he's
you
doing
take a
great.
guy's girlfriend. It's like, ah.
Mm, I don't know if that's okay.
Okay, well, when do you
Um,
take a guy's boyfriend?
I'm just kidding. Stop. But what I wanted to end on is that I'm really excited about the Chiefs offense right now. I think the last two games we have looked really solid and I've enjoyed what I've seen, and it truly does feel like we are getting it together, and I think that gives me so much more confidence going into the postseason, especially with a couple weeks of rest and home field advantage. I'm not that I ever lost hope, but I feel like it's not just going to come down to the wire every single game anymore. And in the playoffs, that's even scarier. So I'm very excited about what I'm seeing from the offense. We got a big downfield pass this time that actually connected, and we've been trying for the last couple of weeks, and we actually connected on one this time, and that's so exciting. And I'm excited to see them go to the playoffs and bring us home a three-peat.
Yeah, I made a note during this game. This product that we see today is what I thought this season was going to be
Hmm.
like. I
Hmm.
and if if the season is like that,
100%.
we wouldn't have lost to the Bills. We'd be undefeated right now if this
Sure.
team
Yeah.
played at this level all season. But they're getting it together at the perfect time going into the playoffs. So you know what, for the Broncos game, I think we've kind of touched on this a little bit. It wouldn't hurt my feelings to see the starters out there for the first quarter. Just keep them loose. They're going to
Sure.
have a long break.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
my
have a fear that
only
it's going to
worry.
be a slow start when we finally get back on that field.
Yeah. And I think it's gonna depend on what starters we
That's
start, right?
a
Like I don't
topic
think
for pregame, guys,
okay.
not for a recap.
Fine.
All right.
But it's about the Chiefs.
Mhm.
I'll say I've been a little bit of a hater for it's weird because we started doing this podcast and I really started to deep dive into everything instead of just being a fan. It really changes your perspective on the whole game, makes you really look into everything. But it's kind of come to fruition in this game where I came to I don't even know how to explain it. It was just like a light bulb went off in my head and I was like, holy shit. So the Chiefs this year, so we had a span where we didn't let anybody score like what? Over 21 points for like a good long point, a good long time.
I think it was 31 points and it was like 30 games.
Yeah.
Or it was
So
29 points or something like that. Yeah.
so we had that. And then I saw a stat today during the game
Hmm.
where the Chiefs haven't scored more than 30 points the entire season, right? And we still
Nuts.
didn't. If Butker would have hit that extra point, we would have at least scored 30 points for one time. But either way, I saw that and I was like, God, that's weird. And then I really started to think about it. And it really kind of hit. I thought back to the days of um Coach Dick Vermeil. And I thought
Oh.
about the best offense in the NFL for 3 years straight. The Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, you guys won't remember that because we
Trent
didn't
Green.
even we made the playoffs 2 of those years, didn't make the playoff the other year, and we lost in the first round of the playoffs. But we were the best offense in the NFL, according to stats. And so I started to think about it, and I thought about, wow, we had this streak with holding people down points, and we have this streak of not getting as much points. And it just hit me. We're something this year that the NFL has never seen. The Chiefs are the most balanced team that has ever been in the NFL to this date, period. We are the most balanced team you have ever seen in your entire life. We hold teams, and we score as much as we need to score. It's actually beautiful. And it's something, and you can look at the Lions. They score a lot of points. The defense isn't near as good as ours. Great. Yeah. They give the ball to offense a lot more and give up points. Yeah, that's going to happen. It's just like the Chiefs of old that had 50 points a game in well over 2/3 of their games, but still couldn't even make it far in the playoffs. Like, we are a complete team, and it's unbelievable. I don't know. Tonight, it just really hit me that just like we are the most balanced team that's ever been in the NFL, and we are post game strong, and I'm just feeling good. I haven't been feeling good about the three-peat the entire season, and right now I feel like we can do it.
I've never had any
where
doubt
I'm at. That's
because
where I'm at.
I've always thought that there was something being held back, and I still
Mhm.
kind of feel like there's been something held back all season. And Reed is just like, he shifted from first gear and now he's in second gear. I'm just afraid that they're not going to be able to hit third gear with this huge rest that we're about to see. So
And
I feel
I'm
like
just saying that
I feel like
there's
why
been
show
no
your
problem.
cards?
There's been no problem with the whole year. Literally, we are indoctrinated to like look at the points and look at the stats, and I feel
Or not.
like I just really like realized that shit don't matter.
Okay, I agree with you that I do think that we're the most balanced team in the NFL right now. I think 100%.
No, the most balanced team in the history of the NFL.
Okay. Well,
History.
I can't speak to the history because I feel like that would require me to do a lot more research. But as of right now, I think this season, I do believe in the last like 5 seasons, I believe we are the most balanced team in the NFL right now. And I
No,
think
and
that
I don't think that. No, I don't agree with you there. Like for the last 5 seasons, we've been dominant on one side or the other. Last year, dominant
in the last
defense.
5
The
seasons,
years
I
before,
believe that we
dominant
are the most
offense.
dominant team in the NFL right now. In the last 5 seasons, that's all I'm willing to say is
to look
that
back.
over the last 5 seasons,
Oh, you
our
switched the
team
word to
right now,
dominant from complete.
our team right now is the most dominant, is the most balanced in the NFL, right? If you compared them to every single team in the last 5 years, that's just all I'm willing to go back and say that I can confidently like feel good about. I'm just not confident about anything past that. I do think that that brings us a huge advantage in these games. I think that Buck was right as well, and we definitely have held things back. And why show your cards if you don't need to? Why like run a great play if you don't need to run that play to win the game, right? Why not just save that play for the playoffs? And that's what we've done.
And this all goes back into just what I was saying. I really feel like we are the best team in the history of the NFL this year. And I know everybody talks about the struggles, but the proof's in the pudding. We've won with special teams. We've won with defense. We've won with offense. We've won with everything. This is the best team that has ever existed in the NFL in a
You could argue
regular
the
season.
2007 Patriots who went undefeated, and then you got the 72 Dolphins that went undefeated and won the Super Bowl or the
I
championship
don't
game, what it was called.
see, but okay, so my difference there is that they just stomped. They didn't have we have probably I'm pretty sure we had the hardest schedule. If you go by the team rating each week by week, we had the hardest schedule in the NFL for this season. And we still pulled out each win. And the fact that we pulled them out in different ways, that's why I'm saying this is the best team of all time.
I won't argue that you're wrong.
And
Because
there's going to be a
that's
lot of angry. Hey, guys,
that's
send
such a
this
hard
out to
claim.
all your Broncos, Bengals, send it out
Patriots.
to all of the fans so they can leave as many angry comments. Let's grow this. Come on. But I'm
Yeah,
serious,
Patriots
though.
fans
I'm not doing it just trying to get clout. Like, I think this is the best team that has ever been. And I think it's the team, not Patrick Mahomes, not Andy Reid. I think it's the entire team. The entire team is finally just indoctrinated in winning. And I think
Mhm.
I am excited. I think the three-peat is actually possible. And the entire year in the back of my mind, I've thought it wasn't.
Well, I have the hat, so we're fine.
It's on
Oh,
now.
maybe that's what's messing me up.
Yeah. It's all right. As long as nobody steals my hat.
All right. Well, that was my last rant for the end of it. So if you guys don't have anything else, then that's all I got.
Yeah, no, I think we've covered pretty much everything.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, and thank you for listening.
Oh,
Yeah.
are we going to sing a song?
No, that wasn't like
Underneath
Bob.
the Christmas
Okay.
tree,
Bobby's gonna
all
sing a
I
song.
want. No,
Mm-mm.
No.
nothing. Even like Jingle
Nope.
Bells?
Not gonna happen. Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
God, you guys.
But it was great hanging out with you guys.
I'll sing
What
tequila.
about chestnuts roasting on an open fire?
And we're done.
Jack Frost nipping at my... No, nothing?
Whoa.
Mm-mm.
I don't know where you were going there, but that wasn't the words.
I don't know the words. I know the words to Jingle Bells.
That's
Nothing.
okay. I believe you.
No,
Yeah.
really? Come on. We have to have a little
Yep.
jingle at the
All
end here.
right. And good night, all.
Yeah, Mel, that's not the way the episodes end. All right.
Way I end.
Fine. All right, don't forget to follow us at buckandbob.com, BUKNBOB.com. It gives you all the links to everything we stream live on YouTube, Twitch. Sorry, I used to do Twitch for a long time. YouTube, X, and Facebook. The way you can help us, if you're watching on Facebook, please share it out to all of your friends. Tell them, that we're crazy, weird Chiefs fans, and, help us out. And if you're on X, just retweet it, or what's it called now? Reshare it. If you're on YouTube, you can do a lot. You can comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any of our content. And then, honestly, this is the weirdest podcast for me ever because I used to do gaming ones. But we're all local, and the majority of people that will be listening in, tell people at the gas station about us. Tell people at Walmart if you're just having a conversation with somebody. Tell people, on the golf course. Tell people, just tell people about the pod. this pod could grow differently than any other pod that I ever had. So we're trying to grow. We're trying to get bigger. We're trying to get out to as many people as possible. So help us out. Thank you so much. Sorry for the rant.
Tell people at church and tell people at work.
Yeah, be like, Book and
Those are-
Bob rule. Just do that.
Yeah, in the middle of
Walmart.
service.
Oh yes.
Oh my
At church,
God.
yeah.
Please do
Yes.
not.
Yes. See, perfect.
Yeah. Sing that after. Go Buck and Bob rule. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Be like,
I'm so glad my name's not in
hallelujah.
this.
All right. So, Mel, where can we find you?
You can find me here after every game.
All right. And Buck, where can we find you?
Well, we're always on Facebook together, but you can find me also at Twitter. It's at Buck_Tastic. That's BUK_TASTIK.
And you can find me on X, Twitter, Twix, whatever you want to call it, at Blazin_Bob. That's BLAZZIN_BOB. Dude, we're the 1 seed.
It's
Woo-woo.
locked.
It killed me to not like you broached into it, talking about if we're gonna sit people or not sit people. It killed me not to talk about it, but you guys are gonna have to just tune in for our episode, prior to the game, because that's when we're gonna talk about how we feel about that. But we do have thoughts. So,
Got lots of thoughts about lots of things.
Mhm.
so
come back and listen.
what's that shirt you're wearing there, Buck?
It's my
Okay.
brand new Buck and Bob Take on Chiefs Kingdom t-shirt.
Oh, that is beautiful.
So it looks slick.
Where did you get that? And guys, you think we're gonna try to sell you a shirt? We're not.
No. I got this. This was a gift.
literally custom made.
Yeah, this was a gift from your wife. And it was super awesome.
But if you guys would like merch, write into us and let us know, because we can maybe make that happen.
You can for sure make that happen.
All right. What's the something in the MemJ?
Oh, latest in the MemJ.
Yeah, Buck
Latest
had
in the
to
MemJ.
tell me, he's been saying it. I didn't know what it was, and I was
I
like,
don't know what that means.
It's a Paul Rudd quote from the movie I Love You, Man.
yeah.
He's
And
all awkward. He doesn't have any friends, and so when he tries to be cool, he says awkward things. So he's getting off the phone with Jason Segel one time, and he goes, "Latest in the MemJ." And then he gets off the phone. He's like, "What the hell did I just say?"
And I don't
Funny
understand
movie.
how I didn't see that. I was pretty sure I saw every movie Paul Rudd's in. Mel's dad
It's a
is
classic.
good
Slap in
friends
the
with
face.
Paul Rudd. Every time Paul Rudd
Slap in the
comes in
face.
town, she hangs out with Mel's dad. How did I not know this?
Have you ever heard anybody quote "slap in the bass"? You ever heard anybody say that?
Oh,
He
yeah.
said that like 100 times in that movie. That's where it comes from. He's
Okay.
listening to Rush, but he's listening to it on like this tiny little radio, and he's trying to show his girlfriend about it. And he's like, "Check this out," and she's like trying to put her ear up to the speaker a little bit. It's like, and he's doing like this. She goes, "Is that how you play the bass up here?" He's like, "Yeah, man, that's how you slap in the bass."
Oh my God.
I love Paul Rudd.
All right. Well,
I do too.
everybody who hung out in chat, thank you so much. We had our largest the live viewers on both Facebook and YouTube tonight. Thank you guys so much. See you
We
soon.
appreciate you.
We do, man.
How about those?
Chiefs. Wait, how do I end the stream?